Will you be my Valentine, Polio? Well, you don't get a choice! If you played Star Allies, it makes sense. Welcome, friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for the vlog. It's gonna be a quick one because I'm hungry. Okay, so it's gonna be Chile Verde, by the way. If you don't know what that is. So, quick vlog. So, recording this Valentine's Day night. As you can tell, Scarf doesn't have a day for Valentine's Day. Scarf really needs to stop being alone. Okay, maybe next year. That's why Scarf's going out more, right? We're going out more often to try to meet people. Didn't work out this time, but maybe next time. This class is nothing but married people and older people and gay people. So there's no one for me. Too bad. Maybe the next one will be some maybe another class or just go to gatherings. I don't know. Scarf's gonna look for board game places and things like that, and maybe that'll work out. I hope that might be fun, though. Any girl at a board game place is probably swarmed, so probably not. The problem is, gamer girls are not out as much as gamer boys are, because of course not. So you have to find them really on the internet and in MMOs and things like that. I've made quite a lot of female friends on MMOs, so that's always a thing that can be done. So FF14, watch out. At some point, FF14 won't work because I play a little potato girl because she's the cutest thing ever, and that's all I like to play as that character. Because I like having this little badass potato girl whip ass in that game. I don't have a dude character. I should make a dude character for flirting, apparently. Let's see here. So FF14 in the future. Funny is, those streams are just me crafting for 4 hours, and that's it. And people show up. That's funny. I just like crafting in that game. I have no explanation. It's just fun to me. What is there to talk about this week compared to last week? Really, it's just the same stress as before. I already talked about it. Last week was in a couple hours, it will have been 7 days since I lost my uncle. And the first days obviously were not very good days. Of course not. When the funeral happens, which I don't know when that's going to be, it should be soon, I'll be very down then as well. And this is the thing about the human nature is we just get used to things and we just go back to normal eventually. Sometimes it takes longer than other times, but we always go back to normal in some way. And it really sucks losing my uncle. But you just keep going. That's just how life is. You just keep going. And so I don't know how else to do but just live. That's the best way to honor my uncle, is to just keep going. And watch more Simpsons, because he loved The Simpsons. Probably didn't like The Simpsons as much at this point, but who does? I'm not going to say too much on that. Probably bet some ponies for him, because that was my uncle. A lot of family who likes to bet the ponies, though. What was there to talk about? So Life is Strange 2 LP's happening. Kirby's Dreamcast, Kirby's Dream Land 2, everything about it is like 80-minute podcast. I put in so much time and effort into that, and Jinx put so much editing time into it. These podcasts are getting so much work into them. Then the newest anime one's going to come out in a week. Oh, I'm just learning now, when I was researching, there's going to be a second Kirby Cafe in Fukuoka, so that's pretty cool. So nice. So you go to Japan, you don't have to go to Tokyo to go to Kirby Cafe. You can also go to Fukuoka, so that's nice right there. I was really considering going to Japan for the Olympics, but the realization is I don't have $20,000. So, oh, Jesus. It's really expensive. I might have money eventually because of things, but not now. So I think I glossed over the other bad thing that was happening to me. And I'll talk about it a little bit more this time because there's a little bit more information. So, probably shouldn't be slouching while talking about this. So I had a car accident a while back injury and all that. And there's going to be a lawsuit about that, because, back injury means you should have a lawsuit, and then the insurances will hash that all out and everything. But right now it's just building up the lawsuit, and that all the treatments I've been doing. So I've been doing all these different treatments, chiropractor, all this stuff. And now I see an orthopedist, And he was like, we need to do surgery. I'm like, shit. So eventually it's going to be surgery. But right now, you got to do all the proper things before you do a surgery. So before doing a surgery, I have to get a second opinion. So I'm going to go get a second opinion. And also before doing surgery, they're going to want to do a shot first. Because you should always do a shot before doing surgery, which is an epidural. So they're going to stab me right in the back. Let me use Kirby for example. They're going to stab me right in the back. This is where the doctor's going to touch me. And then just inject steroids into there. And apparently, because yeah, it's hydrocortisone. I'm pretty sure cortisone is a steroid, not the steroid you're thinking of, but it is a steroid. And so it's just gonna put it right in there. And isn't cortisone a steroid? I'm pretty sure it's a steroid. All of a sudden, I'm questioning whether it's a steroid. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, they're gonna put that in there. And it's supposed to, normally it will affect your nerve and should shrink it to the point that you'll be in a better position. The thing is, what the docs tell me is the nerve is just being sandwiched. Even if it shrinks, it's still in a sandwich position. There's not much going to happen there. So they're going to do the shot just to do it as a preliminary thing, just to do it because it should be done. And after that fails, then the surgery. So that's nice to know. That's great to know. It is what it is. I better get money for pain and suffering because, dear God, has this all been very stressful. So here was the car accident. Here's the car. The car accident was, use Kirby again. So I'm at the stoplight, just at the stoplight, and then poof, that's what happened. That was the car accident. I was just at a stoplight. I got pushed an entire car length with my foot on the brake. That was quite a bit of force there. That's quite a bit of force. So, yeah, injury. Which really sucks because those of you who've been following, I've been getting stronger. This was a better view, so that's not a bad view there. That's probably a better view. Look how big that is. I've been getting stronger. I've been hitting the gym more. And then this car accident happened. I was going to try to do silly stuff. I really was going to try to do more obstacle course kind of things. I want to get to that shape. And now I'm never going to in my life. Never going to get that far. I'm going to of course try to work out after the surgery and everything. It's going to be a couple months of recovery, by the way. And I'm not allowed to work. So Scarf's going to be here for months. I might finally write one of my books in full, every detail. I've written a bunch of books, the overviews and everything. I know all the plot points, but I never sat down to do the details, the dialogue and all that stuff. I might actually do that for once. Because it's all in here. Honestly, it's all in here. I can write things that I've written down 10 years ago and it can just start flowing out. I've done it. I've slowly added to different books over the years from things that I haven't thought about for a long time because they're just sitting there waiting. That's just a lucky thing I have with book writing. And I can make up a story like nothing anytime anyway, so that also works out. That's not something I'm worried about. It wouldn't be writer's block for me, it'd be just writer's exhaustion, honestly. How do you say that without sounding like an a-hole? I don't think you can. I just sound like an a-hole, but that's just what it is for me. I can just keep writing and writing and writing. It's just whether it's any good, so then I would have to rewrite some things and pep them up. What was I talking about? Yeah, back injury. So, be out of commission for a while. My plan is to go to WonderCon and Comic-Con, and that might not happen depending on when the surgery happens. Also, to go to Disneyland and check out the new ride. That might not happen. We'll see, I guess. What else is going on right now? Nothing's really happening. Just a lot of stress. Honestly, a lot of stress over my back, and there's only so much you can say about that. When it comes to the news, of course, the Trump impeachment last week, he got they just didn't vote him out. So he got impeached, but he did not get removed. That's the key word there. It really shows how much of us really learned civics, that not a lot of people understood that. Impeached does not mean removed. It's just it's a step before that. And so there was a lot of gloating on that. And it's just so insufferable, the gloating. It's very insufferable. But I already know what's going to happen. Either at the end of his presidency, at the end of the 4 years, or at the end of 8 years, there's going to be a ton of books that are going to come out about all the bullcrap that Trump did. And it's going to just put a black mark on our history. That's really what's going to be. It's going to suck. It's very unfortunate. There's plenty of Republicans who are just rolling around just like, oh my God, I can't believe how badly he's trashing things. There's plenty of that. And there's also ones who are just celebrating it. They just love what he's doing. Very unfortunate. Like, the most amazing thing is, we think he's going to learn his lesson. He did not learn any lesson. All he's learned is invincible. That's it. And I can't... It's like raising a child. You know damn well if you don't punish your child in any way, they're just going to do it again. And there was no punishment. There was the threat of punishment, but that's it. Could Trump be the first president to be impeached twice? That'd be amazing. That'd be kind of ridiculous. It's very infuriating. It really is. Well, what can you really do? Well, vote, obviously. So the way someone put it was very interesting, which was, you can sit back and watch the country become what it becomes, or you can stand up and try to make it something else. And so that's a key thing to think about. It's like, yeah, that can be applied to anything, not just politics, just like with your life. If there's something you want to change, then you actually have to stand up and do something to change it. Now, that is a caveat of if you're capable of doing that. There are just things in life that won't let you. Obviously, because of this back injury, I'm not going to be able to do certain things anymore, which is unfortunate. But there are things I can do. Like I'm saying, like just at the start, I'm like, I hope I get a girlfriend and all that stuff. For, of course, a while after the last breakup, I didn't do anything. Well, of course, I didn't want to do anything. And so life just went that way, and I got very single. And I honestly, from just being in long-time relationships and just being single for so long, I've lost my ability to flirt effectively, because I used to be really good at it. And I've lost that ability, which is frustrating. Also, I'm just older, and I feel like... This is the other problem is, I'm just swimming in 20-year-olds and teens. Obviously not going for the teens, but everyone's younger than me. And so I just feel like I'm being a creeper. So it's not good. In gaming, there's not that many 30s up here. Like, it feels like everyone's just in their 20s. Like, what the balls? So I don't know. I have quite a few friends who are like 12 and 14, and I just like the way that friendship is like, this is awesome, that's awesome, and then just talk about just fun things, like just fun friends. And it's like, well, good luck with school. Good luck with your history test. Good luck with whatever kind of thing. I'm just like that kindly older man. Well, when it comes to that. And I have friends in their 20s, and just good luck with your finals and things like that. I don't know. There's people who aren't as hung up on age as I am. But there's plenty of people who are hung up on age like I am too. So I don't know. So at this point, I'm not sitting back and just waiting for it to happen, because it's not going to happen that way. Well, the passive way is the dating apps. But there's also swiping, so there's some activity there. But the active thing is, yeah, I'm going out. So I went to the improv class. No ladies to date there, but it's still fun. And it shows me I can be a good entertainer still. I've been making the crowds roar. I love that so much. What got the biggest laugh, and I think it had to do with delivery. I'm not going to deliver it well here. But the way it went was, we were on the Titanic. And we just find our characters, and we could just go. And I just go right for the violin guy. He goes down with the ship, right? Another one went for a kid, and so they're freaking out and everything, and I'm just playing the violin, and they're like, we gotta get off, and I'm like, well, I think I'm gonna go down with the ship. And they're like, only ship captains go down with the ship, you're not a captain. I'm like, well, I always wanted to be a ship captain, but I settled on this. And then eventually we need to establish characters, so I'm like, eventually I say, look, Ward, my Ward, this is what I'm going to do. You just do whatever feels right for you. And no, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. I can't go on my own. I'll just die out there. We gotta go together. I'm like, and then I start just violating faster. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And eventually the punchline, well, for me, the punchline was, well, everyone deals with tragedy in different ways, and today, for you and I, we're going to handle it by drowning. And the crowd lost their shit. Oh my god, it was good. Oh man, I was happy. was like, we're just gonna drown. We're gonna drown. And it was good. And I did a couple other lines like that were just really good. And I know I can entertain. That's what it just shows me again, that I can entertain. It's just I don't have that audience anymore to entertain, which is unfortunate. I know how to work a crowd. I just don't have a crowd. It's a bit frustrating, but at least I know I still got it. That's what's important there. Maybe next week I'll have something I want to talk about for a while. I was going to talk about it, and then everything happened with my uncle and my back last week, so I didn't talk about it then. I'll talk about a mini version of that, a small version of that, and that is the voids in our life. I feel like, and this is actually a thing with acting, that is, when characters talk, both characters want something. And so they're talking to get that from each other. That's basic acting right there. But I think just translate that to life in general. That's what we do, is we want something. We have something missing. And I'm just saying the voids. We have voids in our life that we want to fulfill. Some can be quite physical, and some can be more metaphysical, more mental, more emotional, things like that. Before learning okay, let's see here. Before the vlog last time, I went and got drunk. I ate a bunch of food and I had a bunch of alcohol. And then I sobered up and then I did the vlog. And that was me fulfilling just a miserable void of just like, I need to not feel what I'm feeling right now. I need to feel just something else. And so I filled that void with alcohol and food. I think about like drug abuse. Like that is fulfilling a void of some kind. Something's missing in someone's life, so they need drugs to fulfill that. Drugs to either to not feel it, or it's a temporary fulfillment kind of thing. Like it fills that void temporarily by either distracting you from it, or just it's enough to just get you through it or something like that. This is falling apart. That's why I didn't fully do this void talk yet. And so I just think about that, and it makes me want to think a little bit nicer, because people can be very cruel, and you just wonder, well, why are they being cruel? Because there are people who lash out to feel better. There are people who have bad lives, and they lash out so that they make others miserable to make themselves feel better. That's the whole misery loves company kind of thing. Like, I want to be kinder because of my uncle. He was a kind man. But I also want to be kinder because it's just something that I don't see enough. I worry about just how short-fused we all are, especially on the internet, and how quick we are to dunk on each other. Even I am quick to dunk on people. And I kind of want to just make more meaningful dialogue when I can. When I can is the key word, because it's not going to be every single time, because there are times when you just don't have the time to use so many words. And sometimes you don't need so many words. Like, if you just want to say something is awesome, you can just say, well, that's awesome. You don't need to have a big soliloquy about it. Like, I follow a bunch of artists, and I like their art. I'm like, I really like your art. I think your art's awesome. I love the colors. I like the lines, this or that, whatever. If I want to elaborate, I can, but there's a point when you elaborate too much, it just sounds like you're just like the sound of your own voice, even in text form. Of course, that is a give and take, or just a doubt in yourself sometimes, and then like, am I just being too much? The doubt's not a bad thing. Doubt can make you make the right choice, but doubt can also be crippling. It can make you just not do anything at all, and that's not helpful in any way. I want to say I'm at that point where I could just be like, F it, I'll just do whatever, but I'm still not at that point. I'm still too shy on a bunch of things. As desperately alone as I am, I'm still too shy to go like just hit on women just outright and try to get a date. Some people are capable of that, not me. I don't know if I'll ever be at that, and I don't give a damn part where I can just go right at it. So yeah, voids, like, the void of the depression, like the big void that it causes, how did Scarf fill it? Scarf filled it with these guys. You know how many Kirbys I've got. Too many, obviously, but not enough at the same time. It wasn't the only thing that helped me with depression, but Kirby is definitely something that has really helped me with depression in a lot of ways. It also required friendship and success and other things, and just succeeding in other things as well. But it took a lot of things to get me to where I am now, past where I was before with depression. That's for sure. I still get depressed at times, but then I can look at this happy little guy and feel better because I'm not at that deep. I'm not super deep anymore. I'm at just that point where I can just get cheered up a little bit easier than I used to. So Kirby fills a void for me. He really does. I've loved Kirby all my life, but Kirby fills a void even more now than ever. For other people, it's drug. Kirby's my drug. Just think about it. Other people's like heroin or alcohol or cocaine and all those things. It makes me think of my mother. My mother didn't like where she was in her life. I don't actually know if I've mentioned how she died, so it can be a downer ending here, but not on purpose. My mother died of a drug overdose. Her and my father fought quite a bit. A lot of yelling, not physical, but a lot of yelling. And she was starting to hit the bottle quite a bit near the end. She really was. I could tell. But she didn't love my father anymore. That was obvious. Because so how she dealt with it, and this is putting a little too much dirty laundry out there, airing too much laundry, but I gotta put the whole picture here just because. She cheated on my father, she drank, and she was doing drugs. And some other things that she did a lot of messed up stuff thinking about it. Jesus Christ. At least all I'm doing is Kirby's filling my void. She did a lot of messed up things. She wasn't happy with where she was in the work world. Like, she was going back to school, like ITT Tech kind of thing. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, but she was going back to school because she just didn't like being a secretary anymore. Like, she has always been a secretary her whole life. She hated that. She hated being that. I guess she didn't just love my father anymore. That's another thing. As far as I know, she just didn't love me and my sister anymore to an extent. I say that for a reason that it's not worth mentioning now why I say that. She did some things that basically abandoned me and my sister. But yeah, don't go into detail on that. Drinking, all these other things. She also got a boyfriend. She was cheating on my father with other men. She was just running a bit wild while married to my father. And I guess it was like she didn't divorce because that would have just made things harder for me and my sister. Just, you know. So she filled her void with a lot of destructive things. Alcohol, drugs, and it caught up and killed her. Her boyfriend killed her with a drug overdose. So this ain't a bad replacement for that void. So this is the thing is, why am I talking about it now when I want to try to better formulate this whole thought? Like, I want to better formulate this thought of, like, we have these voids and we kind of have a choice in how we can fill those voids and deal with it. And we can be more constructive in some ways and destructive in other ways. And obviously constructive is better than destructive if possible. That's what I want to talk about. And I get why someone can be destructive to help fill that void, but it's not the right way. And I guess the biggest example for me is my mother because of that. I think that there's the steps. There it is my mother. My mother is the big example of that. Your friends, your family, your parents, your grandparents, they can be road signs for things you can do better, things that you should do and things you shouldn't do. My mother is a sign of how I should not deal with things eating at me, for sure. And that's probably why I didn't try to do drugs or anything when I was depressed, because of how I lost my mother. It's perfectly possible. I will never ever do drugs because of what happened to my mother. That's for sure. No matter what happens, no matter how much peer pressure someone can attempt, losing my mother is going to make sure that never happens. When it comes to alcohol, I only drink on special occasions. I literally only drink once a month, basically. If at that. It might even be once every 2 months, sometimes. Or like 3 times a year, kind of, whatever way you want to break it down, kind of thing. don't drink that much. Again, because of my mother. So I think really the message is we all have things that are missing that we want from our lives, and we can definitely be more constructive than destructive in how we handle and try to attain them. I think that's just the lesson I've tried to get across while doing it very poorly. And God, am I hungry? I've gone way too long. These vlogs could be better if I wrote ahead what I want to talk about, or if I thought ahead more. And the voids is something I've been putting in my head. Still haven't figured out completely. They would be, but I don't think they'd be as therapeutic if I made it so structured. Because it does help me think. That's what these vlogs are for. These vlogs, at the end of the day, they say make things for yourself to entertain yourself. When it comes to all the videos we make, I try to make them entertaining for others, not just myself. When it comes to this one, this is definitely for me. And yet the vlogs are the ones that get the most views. I try not to be a downer, not on purpose. That's just life. Life has its ups and downs. That's just how it would be. So end on there's nothing positive to end on necessarily in that. The one thing I'll say is I'm going to see the Sonic movie Monday. I couldn't see it today because, well, I had work. But I'm going to go see it Monday morning because I don't have work Monday morning. I'd rather see it on a weekday morning because there's just less people at the theaters. A crowded theater can be fun at times, but they also suck at times. Like, I just like being able to see a movie without any interruptions. Because sometimes, yeah, freaking, what was the last movie I saw? Rise of Skywalker. I'll mention this. Sometimes the short fuse is warranted. Rise of Skywalker, the son of a bitch in front of me kept getting up and stretching like this in front of me during the movie. They did it 3 times. And I just really want to just push their damn hands down, but I'm too polite. But I don't know. If they did it a 4th or 5th time, I would have just kicked their damn seat and like, what the hell, man? I think it would have been very much annoyed. Now, when a phone happens, it's happened once in a movie. A phone goes off and someone just straight up, they did this. And an old lady went like, put your fucking phone away. I was like, damn, man. And I meant to not say the F word there. I was like, damn. But yeah, if the guy kept going, I probably would have said something to him like, what the hell kind of situation. Like, it's not the place for a phone. Yeah, we'll end on the movie theater. So there you go. That's the vlog right there. I have fun talking with you, watching and listening. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. And really, I'm just not looking forward to losing these. I'm really not looking forward to that. 4 months of not doing anything is going to hurt my pride quite a bit. It really will. Like, I try not to be too vain, but I'm proud of this. I'm really proud of this. It's going to suck losing it. See you.